Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Musician Loves Honey. It's your boy, Kevon, Tyrre. And, of course, I have my lovely guest host, the lovely Miss Teresa here. How are you, honey?
I'm great.
Good, good. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new show right here, our new episode. Excuse me. If you've been checking us out, thank you for coming back. And if you're a brand new, go ahead and hit a like and a subscribe right here on social media shows. And, of course, hit us up on Musician Loves Honey, a page here on Facebook as well. So, what's going on, y'all? How you feel? It's a brand new week in Vegas. Summer is hitting right now. It is hot.
So hot out there.
Yes, it is. Little people like me is sweating, and obviously I know you was like super sweating
Yeah,
just a little
super
bit.
sweating. I had to dab myself.
Yeah, she was like, I guess the spits.
I have to bring a mister.
Yeah, mister.
Yeah.
Yes. You know. So how's your week been?
My week has been full. I've had a full week.
Good.
You know, I did a performance at Mandalay Bay.
Yes, I was lovely enough to be there.
Uh-huh.
Me and my friend. That was great. It was good to finally, because she always goes to my shows and she takes pictures and videos from time to time. So it was really a great opportunity to finally go over there and check you out and hear you do your thing.
You missed last week. Last week was superb.
It was.
This week I got a little raspy due to allergies.
You did no, but you did fine. You did fine.
It was okay.
You did fine.
I'm still. It's just ticking away in my head like it wasn't good enough, Teresa. It wasn't good enough.
It's always going to be like that. But it's you'll have your moments where you feel good about it, then you'll have your moments where you're just like
Yeah.
So no, you did fine.
Yeah.
You did fine from the outside, and you did fine. I mean, one could nitpick it, but truth of the matter is, everything is tailored to that band and those singers.
Right.
So what you did was very good.
Yeah.
All right, and people were giving you love when you got off stage.
You know, it was
They were like,
wonderful.
yeah, do your thing.
It was wonderful.
Right. You know, I posted it on my Instagram. Of course, I got it wrong because I'm an R&B person. I'm not a rock person. I said it was Heart, and actually it's Pat Benatar.
Yeah,
So,
Pat Benatar.
Right.
Heartbreaker.
Right. So, of course, I got that wrong, but I'm an R&B guy. So, of course, I don't know any better. You know, I'm just like, what's this rock mess?
Right.
You know, they were actually talking, was crazy over there. It was like, how come you're not dancing to this? I don't dance to rock music.
No.
What the?
You just
I
sit back and
listen.
enjoy. That's art.
Yes, I enjoy rock music. You
Yeah.
don't dance to it. That's for people that are rhythmically challenged.
Right.
But anyway, look, I don't hate rock music, obviously. I just don't see a reason to dance to it. But I do love it. It's always fun. And I was very, very happy to check out my friend here.
I'm so
who
happy
had a
that
great
you
time.
made it. Yeah.
Right, right. And you did come out to the show this past weekend at the Cabo.
I did. At the
Yes,
Cabo.
yes,
It
you
was
came
wonderful.
Friday night.
It was magnificent. It was amazing. It was astonishing and mesmerizing, nostalgic.
See,
I love your shows.
see, she's just as if I'm not conceited enough as it is.
Well,
I'm already, come on now.
It's not my fault.
Mhm.
You know, your mother raised you that way. You're your mother's child, you know.
Oh, my mother raised me to be big-headed and
Yeah.
conceited and
It-
self-absorbed.
it's
I'm sure she would take umbrage to that.
Stop
I'm
it.
sure she'd take umbrage. She was just like, no. He did that on his own, baby. Right.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I told you I'm so raspy. It's the
No, you
allergies
all
out
right.
there. All that
Look,
green stuff.
no, because it's windy right now. It's warm. A lot of stuff's going down. So I know a lot of people like you are dealing with that.
Yeah.
You know, the...
My herbs.
oh, here you go.
And my herbs not even. My herbs don't work on it. I don't know what it is. My herbs won't.
You already
work on
know
it.
my response to be to that,
What
but
is
I
it?
know what your retort would be to that.
What is it?
My response to that would be a over-the-counter thing for...
I
I know you don't. That's why I said I know what your response would be. Because, listen, I have that issue as well sometimes, and I have to take those over-the-counter stuff, antihistamine, just to keep my stuff in check.
In check.
Right, because if not, that will get me started, and then, of course, my own dander with my cats. That will get things going.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because you know they're everywhere, for
Yeah,
God's sakes.
all over.
So right, and I have to still be able to perform,
Right.
and obviously I don't want to be actually alone in my house because the cat.
I'm not
right.
kicking my cats out.
I
I'd be
don't
darned
want
if
to. I was going to because
Right.
I love them, but you know I need to get paid.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have been happy about that
No,
mess.
I'll
That's
just
all
take
I'm
the
saying.
allergy pill.
Right. When I said it, my hand was so tight. I was just like, I love my babies. My babies.
Right.
It was so right. You know, I may have to go back to the shrink for that one. Man, 'cause
Right.
I'm just like, my babies, don't let go of my
It
babies.
hurts so bad.
It's crazy. But since we talked about that, since you're going to be on the show for the next upcoming things or whatever,
Right.
you said you had a thing that you want to do. We're going to call Horrible Minute. So, since we kind of segued that a little bit, why don't you take it away? Tell me what you think.
Well, I failed to bring my herbs that I was going to share with everyone today, but I can tell you about it. It's a skin toner. And it is witch hazel, lemon. You can do lemon oil or fresh organic juice lemon in a bottle from Sprouts or Whole Foods, and organic or Himalayan pink sea salt. And what you do is you take the witch hazel, the lemon, and the pink Himalayan sea salt, and you mix them together in the witch hazel bottle and shake it up very well. And what that does, it's a skin toner, and it cures any kind of skin irritations, breakouts, anything for the skin. It just blemishes. It clears up everything.
Okay.
You
Now,
know.
I have to ask, just so people can kind of get a quick synopsis of why you wanted to bring this up. What was the inspiration besides wanting to do the Herbal Minute?
Well, the inspiration was to share with people, you know, not everyone is into herbs as they should be. You know, that should be the first choice before you go to a prescribed pill. You know, you can check out the oils and herbs. They have many applications and many books and everything on herbs. So, you know, I tried to do an in-depth study or research of my herbs, and that's the first go-to I do is to my herbs.
Well, I asked that because there's a lot of people like myself, because my mother was a nurse, my grandmother was a nurse, and obviously I'm not against homeopathic stuff.
Right.
You know, obviously I see them as options, but that's how I look them at. I don't look them as the go-to thing. I do see them as options, like the medicines are options. You know what I mean? So for you, what was it the thing that made you go herbal as an option first, or as the go-to thing, and then if nothing else?
I was collecting too many prescribed medications with my illnesses. I have an autoimmune deficiency.
Right.
With my thyroid, I had a thyroidectomy, completely removed thyroid, so I'm hypothyroidism, which makes it very hard for me to lose weight. But if I work on it hard enough, I can achieve it. I know I got 70
Of course
more
you
pounds
can, girl.
to go.
Girl, go hold it. Wait, what'd you say? How many more pounds you had to go?
70.
Oh, okay, come on, girl. And how much did you lose already?
40.
Yes! Go ahead, golf clap for that. See? Golf clap for that. See, girl?
That's good.
Go ahead, girl.
But I didn't want
You
to
got
accumulate
this.
any more prescribed medications, so I just threw them all in the trash or flushed them down the toilet and collected herbs and replaced to heal whatever was ailing me. So I replaced it with herbs.
Okay, and how has that affected your life?
It makes me a happier person.
Happier person.
A clearer person.
Clearer person.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's very cool. So we look forward to have these herbal minutes that we'll have of the upcoming weeks for that. You know, I want to make sure we got your story out there for us, your reasoning, your thought process to go for that, to kind of bring out that organic stuff from the earth, drugs that you can use to help your body is a good thing. All right, I already see the segue for some of our guests, how they'll probably go to that. I already see how one of them's going to be like, you don't say. You don't say. Yes.
First choice is herbs.
Yes,
Herbs.
trust me, he has an herb in mind.
Right.
He has an herb in mind.
We all do.
Oh, trust me, he has a strong one. All right, but anyway, so we have some great guests this week. First and foremost, I have one of my person I've been blessed to call a friend, and someone who has been very good to me and very kind to me. And one of the things I'll get that on the next segment, but very cool musician, singer, bass player, strong, long, legendary career, Mr. Anthony James Johnson. He's going to be on the show. And another lovely lady who has a very illustrious career. And her and I are going to have some good talking about, because she's had a long career, but we have different perspectives on things. And I get why, but you're going to love her. There's Dolli Wright. She's on the show as well. And this woman has done music for, well, I'll let her say it on that segment, because obviously you will be very, very impressed and full of adulation for these lovely people here. I love them already, but you know, it's easy with Dolli because she's a girl. You know, that's just simple
Las
enough.
Vegas legend, everyone.
There you go. See, boom. All right. So, with that said, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get started with this. By that meaning, we're gonna pay these bills. Of course, this is the lovely Miss Teresa right
you
here.
so much.
It's your boy Kevon Tyrre. This is Musician Loves Honey on social media shows. Go ahead, hit us up. We'll be right back in a second, y'all. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Yes, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Musician Loves Honey. It's your boy, Kevon, Tyrre, and of course, my lovely assistant slash guest.
Good
Of
evening.
course, the lovely Miss Teresa. Good evening. Wow, is it the evening news?
It's early evening.
It is not. It's 3 o'clock. It's past 3.
Is that not considered evening to you?
For who? The Brits? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Goodness.
I thought it was America.
That's one bit.
You
One
just
shot.
checked me.
That is not. That ain't one shot for her. It ain't one shot for me.
Stop it.
See, boss lady already illin'. Girl, you talking big for such a little person. But I'm anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to introduce our first guest, and this lovely lady. He's been in the music game for. I'm gonna let her say it before we introduce her, of course. Okay, we'll save that first. We'll save that. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the lovely Miss Dolli Wright. How are you, honey?
Great. How are you?
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Welcome.
thank you for inviting me to your show.
Oh,
I
we
really
love
appreciate
this.
it.
We love this. Now, I first met this lady over at Rock and Rollers, which is a lovely establishment. Was now defunct, unfortunately. You know what happens. You know, business stuff goes down, right? And I was talking to her, and of course, I didn't know anything about her because who knows anything about me? So I'm not tripping about that. And of course, her retort to that was, "You better recognize." Basically, that basically was it. And to sum it up, you better recognize, right?
Yes.
Right, which was, of course, I didn't because, whatever. I'm like, whatever, whatever. But then, of course, we reconnected last week over at the Sand Dollar, and we've had this conversation. I was like, we should be a lovely person to have on the show because of your experience and all the stuff that you've done.
Thank you.
And, so with that said, what got you started in the music business?
The business or
Well, let's just say when you first started singing, what's the thing that compelled you to get started into it? What was your inspiration?
well, I sang before I talked before, so I would just run around going right.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't.
Already.
Words didn't come out. Music came out first.
Okay.
So that's where that started. But I think I was 9 years old, and I saw a interview with Freddie Mercury, and he said, "If you want to be a singer, you need to study opera." So I walked right into my mom's room, and I said, "Mom, I have to learn opera," and that was it. So I studied privately for 8 years, dedicated opera, and then moved here when I was 19 and did the whole casino. That was my show business.
Right.
Right? The casino was business because before it was lots of training, lots of choirs, lots of choirs. I was a high soprano, so I did those crazy Mariah Carey notes,
Right.
Did you find when you finally got into the casinos you could be more relaxed?
Oh, definitely. It was such a different, I could be loose and free,
Right.
and
Creative.
I did get some creative control in the lounges. It was 1985, which was quite a while ago, and and lounges were still around.
And booming.
Yes, yes, and people were still dressing up and going out.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun back there, and I actually got to pick most of my genre, which, I was very fortunate that I could, because I was only 19 years old, and I had a great manager, Sandy Hackett, Buddy Hackett's son, and, I'd push the envelope and try to get some rock and roll in there a little bit, because I was doing the casino thing, and so they wanted a lot of, Barbra Streisand, Celine Dion.
Something to pull the people in.
Yes, exactly, and upbeat dancing stuff, because
Well, doesn't that, even though obviously I just said I'm not like a rock and roll and dancing doesn't equate to me, I do see your point at that time where you want to bring something that's going to have a different energy that talks more to who you are and will bring people in, because obviously rock brings people in as well.
Yeah, you bring people in too, Kevin.
Well, we're not talking about me. We're
saying.
talking about this lovely lady
Okay,
here.
I'm just
Not
saying.
talking about me.
All right.
I really like variety.
Right.
I didn't want to stick with the whole do the casino, what everybody else is doing at that time, which was all top 40 pop, and I was always just trying to push it a little bit because I did have some kind of creative control, thank God. yeah, and then when I turned 21, I was sang for a little band called Shakin' Dominoes, and we were psycho rockabilly, and we took the town to the next level, I think. And the late 80s, early 90s was definitely one of the best times in Las Vegas to be here for music.
For lounge.
For any music.
Really?
Any music, inside, outside.
How was the payment back then?
She went for the she
sorry, was
she
that
went
too
in,
blunt?
she went inside
well.
she went inside baseball.
So,
She went inside baseball
it
for
was
that one.
1985.
Uh-huh.
I was on Las Vegas Boulevard in downtown singing. Sandy was paying me $100 for doing like 3 sets, 45-minute sets, and I thought I made it. You know, because I mean, that was, I'm sure he was making.
Of course he was.
Of course
But
he was.
you were living your dream. That's
Exactly,
what
and that
really
was even
mattered.
more important.
Right,
Exactly,
right.
that was way more important.
It's
As I was
true.
like, look, everybody, my name's in lights.
Okay, look
You
at
know,
me, look at
exactly,
me.
and that was, you know, I mean, that was like my goal from being a little kid. You know, Freddie Mercury was like my hero. You know, and I wanted to be that immense performer like he was. You know, he just went out there and just gave it all. And
Right.
I wanted to be that.
Just like that.
Yeah. So as you've done that, and obviously you were having great success and you were doing your stuff, but as things went on, things started to change. And what was that change for you that kind of changed your perspective on things?
Getting married.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Slowed me way, way down. My first husband was a union pipe fitter, so
I mean, that's
you
that's
know,
good money for the union.
yeah. Daytime guy, no nights.
Hearty meals.
Yeah, cook 3 meals a day. Get up at 4:30 in the morning. You know, so you know that like slowed me way, 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 way down.
You know.
You know, I had a couple bands here and there, but nothing ever really stuck. I moved out to Los Angeles when I was 23, and you know, I got to meet a lot of people, and I got to sing a lot of places, and then at 27 I got married, and I was with him at 25. I think 25 is when I kind of slowed down. But
That was too soon, though. It's kinda too soon.
yeah.
And I've talked about this, and I've had this situation with other friends of mine, other female performers, and they've gotten with. I've had this experience myself actually in past relationships, where you have someone who doesn't really understand what you do and understand that world is who you are.
Right.
So when they see you in that world, it's threatening to them because you see a lot of, like, obviously in the case of, obviously you're an attractive woman,
Thank
right?
you, thank
So
you.
when you're doing your thing at 25, I'm sure you were just like, right, all that. So of course he's looking at everyone in that little, that freakum dress, and you're doing your job, you're working, but he sees all the potential threats
Exactly.
of men who would like to take you away from him, right? Because they're in that world with you, and he doesn't really understand that. There's a disconnect there.
Definitely.
Right, and I definitely feel that. I had a friend who dealt with that, unfortunately, knocked a good chunk of her time for a
Yeah,
lifespan.
20 years.
Yeah, it took like 5 to 10 with her.
Yeah.
And she still sings, but she'd never gotten with the show since she's been here in Vegas.
I mean, I still did think, because I did have, I had this base here from performing, so it has actually followed me where I've moved, which is really odd. I moved up to Big Fork, Montana, 18 years ago, town of 5,000 people, and I'm like, oh, nobody's gonna know me. It's gonna be so nice,
Right.
fresh start, right?
Comfort.
Right.
Yeah.
Go up into the country and the
You
boonies.
know.
And first thing, I walk back to like the diviest dive bar in town, and I walk in and I get, oh, you're that girl from the Shakin' Dominoes, first thing. And it's like the first week I moved to Montana, and I'm like, well, this didn't go the way I was
Didn't go
planning.
quite as planned.
Everybody
Right?
knows
So,
me.
This just threw a curveball.
Exactly,
Right.
which was awesome and, frightening at the same time.
Right.
But I still did work in Montana, I would do some private parties and sing at my friends' bars, for, get out the ukulele and do some, fun stuff and just hang out and get free beer.
Okay.
Right? Free beer's always good.
Well, free shots are great for me, but
Yeah.
but free beer is all the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now at this point of your life, I mean, you've done a lot of music, you've played a lot of places. Do you still perform at the still level that you do now, or have you decided to kind of slow down a bit?
I just want to give back. Like I'm not out there for me.
Right. We're never out there for
Right?
ourselves.
So I'm just out,
That's true.
I am.
it's-
I am.
You're a boss.
But no,
Yeah,
I'm just being
totally
honest.
different.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
Right.
I do it because I love it, and if I don't, I'm going to do something bad. So I need to get it out there. All right?
So music is my charisma, and that's what you're supposed, that's my gift. So I just try to sing as much as I can and exude that joy, right?
Right.
And because it's my gift, so I don't want to keep it in me, I mean, that's selfish.
There was
Right, I agree with
guy
that.
At the Mandalay Bay that asked me once, I think it was last week, and he said the music was so good. He asked me why did it stay in his head, and I said because music is common and pleasurable. It brings you pleasure. That's why most of us do it, because it brings pleasure, to us and others. It's a pleasurable thing.
Right. It most definitely is. But I already said that for me, because I'm just like, it's all about me, baby, and I hope you enjoy it. Right. So that's basically it. But
Yeah, and I'm on the other end of the stick, where as soon as I get done performing, I'm usually like out the door, so I don't have to hear everybody being like, "Oh, you're so great." I'm not there for the accolade. I'm really not. I'm honestly there just to give back.
I do agree with that. But I sang background for Phil Flowers, and he was a second generation Las Vegas entertainer who has since passed about a month or so ago. And what he was about was always interacting with the audience, was kind of what I was on. So I was very lucky to actually be able to sing background for him, because he made me feel that thought process I had wasn't a bad one, because in between sets he would take a part of that time to shake hands and take pictures. And it wasn't so much of the adulation part, it was more of the, these people take the time to see you, rather to buy drinks or to paying admission. The least you can do is give that appreciation, and I've always felt that was my way of giving back and appreciating what they're
audience
being
connection
there.
is super important. That's going to be the difference between just somebody up there
Just singing a song.
Right.
Make them feel it.
Exactly. You're that's that whole giving thing. One of the best compliments I ever got was just a couple of years ago. I was doing an open night jam at Vamped with my old bass player, and there were a bunch of us standing around, and he said, you guys don't realize when Dolli would get up on stage, this energy would just rush up the stage. And he said it was the most amazing thing, and I will sing with her anytime she wants me to the rest of my life.
Right.
And I was like, that is probably the
a great
nicest compliment I've ever had.
Right.
Seriously, no, because everybody's got talent. There's always going to be somebody that's going to sing better than me, that's going to be prettier, skinnier, smarter, more talent. But just to have that energy is so special, and I think that's what we get addicted to too. Also,
yeah, we do.
Which is
And that's a good thing to be addicted to. Energy.
That is a good thing, because there's a lot of bad things to be addicted to.
Right.
But
what?
That goes into the whole addiction thing. Where that whole staying on top.
Yeah.
It can go there. It can go there. It can go there. And there's So all right. So I want to dive into more of this in a different way. But we're short on. But we're getting we're short on time, so we have to take a break. All right, so we have to take a break. So I'm going to get a little more of this lovely lady here. Of course, my friend here, Teresa. It's your boy, Kevon, Tyrre. This is Music Loves Honey. We'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Right, because we got to play the ukulele. We got to get that's going to be the last.
Yeah, we got to get that in.
Yeah, we're going to get that. not. That's right. Right, like, where were you on the 15th? Where were you at 9:30? Do it now. All right. All right. You see us being silly, but that's normal. So, this is Musician Loves Honey. It's your boy, Kevon, Tyrre. Of course, love you, Teresa.
Hello.
Hello. And then, of course, we have one of our lovely guests, lovely Miss Dolli, Wright. And she is talking about how she loves to give back of her energy as a performer, which obviously all three of us can agree with, right? Before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to a couple of people that we have here. If you're watching this here, give a shout out to Jack in the Box, because we got some food there. Thank you very much. Please give us some money. And who is this person right here? Who is that?
AMPM?
Was that AMPM?
No, what is it?
Nope. What,
Chevron?
There you go. Shout out to Chevron for the slushie. Please pay us. And of course, last but not least, right, Sweat Kavaka. Very nice. All right, here you go. So, even though the boss lady would like to say, oh, he gets beat up, so he got to take a shot. I'm going to take one right now anyway, just because I feel like it. Here we go.
Got to do it straight raw.
That's right. I got the Sprite here to back it up. I got a soda water back, aka, right? There you go. There you go. So there we go. We're gonna do it just like that. All right. There you go.
That's not me.
Don't worry about it. They're both for me. I got one now. I got one for now and got one for later. So I'm all right. All right. I'm all right. So Sweaty Kavaka, we appreciate you. Please pass. All right. So with that said, bon appetit.
Cheers.
One.
Nope. Doing the one. Not doing both. Nope.
Doing both.
Girl.
We have to pick them up off the floor.
Yes, you would. Dude, we're not doing that. So, what compelled me to have you on the show was...
I know.
Right.
I know.
We had this... Because I've been very honest about my age and about where I am, right? I am 43, and I got into the game very late as far as music business. You know, playing at this thing. And obviously, I've been playing now for 10 years. It got me to this place where I'm at. Obviously, I don't have a big house, but I do it for a living, and I'm very, very thankful. Yes. Now, obviously, in your case, you've done it for your length of the business much longer than mine. And outside of the issue with the marriage of that situation going out, what was it when you got out of that kind of changed your perspective on music? I mean, outside of not the performing part, obviously, I can tell you love that. Every opportunity you have with that, you go for it. But just as a life staple, how did that change?
Being a single woman, right? And, having to make a living and wanting to be comfortable.
Right.
And my first husband, we got divorced when I was 44 years old. And... so
you were with him for 19 years?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Wow.
So, I was starting my whole life over, like everything, because that's just the way it goes when you get divorced.
You got to start all over again.
Yeah. And I don't want to be a struggling musician. I did that when I was young, I did the struggling musician. And it's fun when you're young because you're hungry.
Right.
And I guess I just am seasoned now, and I like having a nice lifestyle. I like being able to travel wherever I want to go and do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Right.
And, I have a gig here and there when people want me to perform. I just did Pioneer Saloon. Jessie Messy is my favorite bartender out there.
Right.
Her husband is the singer of the Delta Bombers, who's... they're traveling with Reverend Horton Heat right now, national tour. And so, I still get out there and do it. I did the 51s game last year, the national anthem. So I'm still getting out there. And I still go to open night jams.
As expected, you know what I'm saying? You just look forward to getting out there.
Definitely.
It's expected.
Definitely.
Yes.
It is expected. It definitely is expected.
It's not what she said, because I agree. I see that. It was just how you said it. It was like, it's expected.
No, it's true. No, it is. It is. These people ask me, and they expect me because they've known me for umpteen years.
Right.
That
looking for you. You know what I'm saying? People be looking for you.
It's like, it's expected. You better be there.
It's true.
You better be there.
It's true.
I agree
She's
with you. I'm agreeing with
she's
you.
exactly correct. Yeah, so I have probably one of the most coveted jobs in my industry. I'm in the food service, and I'm a fine dining server on Las Vegas Boulevard. I make great money. I have great benefits, you know,
Right.
and I do what I want. I'm not, I don't have, you know, like if I have a band, I got to book 3 to 6 months out,
Right.
right? And that keeps me in one spot.
Right.
If I'm solo, you know, somebody calls me, hey, you want to perform in a month? Yeah, I can book that night for you, you know? And so, yeah, I'm pretty cushioned with my job now, and things are really good. My job's great, and
Right.
I'm still getting out there and singing.
No, it's just because my life,
I know,
obviously,
I'm
yeah.
so comfortable.
Yes, you're
And
so comfortable.
you want
It's
me-
so bad.
I know,
It's so
I know,
wrong that you have
I
to.
know.
You have money in the bank. Oh, how dare you?
Right.
Right. You're taking vacations, having for shame.
You don't know the struggle anymore.
Right.
I don't.
For shame.
I don't.
How could you?
I don't.
Traitor.
I know, I'm a musician traitor.
Right, traitor.
Yeah.
No, it's not that I don't get it, because as we've gotten older, security and peace of mind in that aspect is very important. And I've noticed that through a lot of the people that I've gotten older now, even for myself in certain ways. I want that, maybe not for me, but at least for those that I care for, that way no matter what I do or what crazy stuff I do, I know financially they can handle that and have something for themselves. It's just because I got into the game late.
But you're good at it.
Well, stop that.
I'm sorry. I just got to give it to you.
Right, I'm trying to be sincere,
I'm so
and
sorry.
she's just like, right, she's just let me put on some more sauce. No,
I'm sorry.
no, because I got into this game late, and I've kind of transitioned organically, mind you, going into it full time.
So how late? When did you?
I got into this like in my 30s. Like 30s.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've been singing since 14, but I really got serious in my 30s. So when I came back out here in 09, I was just determined. I said, this is what I'm going to do.
Hungry.
Yeah, I was.
Hungry.
And I've had jobs, obviously, and I've worked. And then about almost 2 years ago, a job was like, we're through with you because you're on that BS. And I was like, I make enough money with the other gigs, so whatever.
That's fine.
Right.
Yes,
And then the
exactly.
gig fell through, but I kept working.
Right. Now
And and now granted, I'm not keeping up with the Joneses.
Right.
I do not try that mess
Right.
because I know my income is small, but how I live is small, and
it's comfortable.
yes, and I'm very happy because I'm doing what I love to do.
One day that's all going to change.
One day it will.
And like within a year, it's going to be like, pow, millionaire.
Well, if that happens, trust me, I will.
I'm
See, I'm not even.
psyche.
Psyche.
Psyche. Like
Okay,
my
with this,
third eye.
with the third eye.
It's my third eye. One day you're going to be a millionaire like Wayne Newton.
Man, but see, Wayne
All
Newton.
of us.
Similar to her life experience, Wayne Newton started at what, 16, 17,
Yeah.
singing in Vegas.
Yeah, I want to say 14.
14?
Was it 14? I think it was
14.
Yes,
I thought it was like 16.
No, I think it was 14.
It's still
it
the
was,
teens,
yeah, it
you
was.
I mean, it's still very young
Yeah.
for Vegas,
I
regardless.
was 19, and that was like I was the youngest person in
In the hotels.
And yes,
Right.
like all my friends were over 21. Like
Right.
all
Right.
the musicians were over 21. Everybody was over 21. They, we'd all be like, "Let's go out after work," and I'd be like, "Okay, where can we go?" And they'd have to like sneak me in. I mean,
That sounds normal.
19,
that sounds
it's
normal.
Vegas.
And I'm sure at that time they were just like, she can get in.
yes,
They were just like,
Yes.
she can get in.
Yes.
And you were just like, oh, you're so sweet. Gave her the eyelash lick. She was like, oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Well, I was always with a bunch of super good musicians, so, and everybody knew everybody back then. There were only 50,000 people here when I moved to this town. 50,000.
Yeah, and it's like, what,
And
3
then
million
it grew.
now?
Yeah.
About 3 million?
It's like
Yeah.
2.5 or something.
And what year was this?
1985. And then within
Yeah.
like a year, it like doubled to 100,000 people. Yes, it was nuts.
I didn't know that was. I've been here since 1974. I did not know it was only 50,000 people.
Yes.
You serious?
I'm so
Yes.
serious.
Yes.
My family moved
This
out here in
town-
'87, and it was like under 1 million around that time.
Yes, it was so.
Yeah,
And then
87.
So
like
small.
between 85 and 90, the
Oh,
town
yeah.
like tripled
Now
like
we're
every
hitting 4
year.
million almost. You
It's
know?
nuts. It's
Almost
nuts.
4 million.
And
And
this
it's
is
still-
still
and
a
it's-
small town.
yeah, it's
like,
still a small town.
I still have the same friends that I've had for 32 years,
Yeah.
which is totally incredible and amazing. And I'm so blessed
Yes.
that I can
That's a blessing.
say that
Yes, it is.
because not too many
You get
people.
tired of changing up
Right.
friends.
It just-
You know? Jesus
Right.
Christ.
Well, no, the loyalty.
don't worry about
you know,
that.
the loyalty.
Right.
I mean,
Now you gotta find someone new.
So-
Which is
Girl,
So-
whatever. That sounds like life. What you talking
I
about?
hate
Right?
it. I
That just
hate
sounds.
it.
That just sounds like
I
life
can
to
never
me.
find anyone permanent. It's always just me by myself.
Girl, listen.
Besides you, I have you now.
Oh, here we go.
For a
See?
moment at
For a
least.
mo-
I
for a
don't know. I
moment,
don't know how
right?
long I
See,
have.
my thing is because I've always felt for a long time in my life, I've always felt that I needed something to complete me in some form or fashion. And then once I've gotten to obviously the music part and other parts of my life that have kind of helped shore a lot of that stuff up.
filled it up.
Yeah, and after of course hitting 40, and all that stuff. Now it's like I'm fine just as myself. The person that I've always been for the most part my entire life.
Yes.
Instead of trying to why am I not like everyone else?
Just be
Just
yourself.
lean in and be me.
Right.
So now that I'm just like I don't even worry about that stuff anymore.
you
I'm
gotta
just
do
like
it.
I'm just like why worry about this? Why worry about if no one's liking me?
So
Who cares?
I wanted to talk about that.
Uh-huh.
Fear.
Yes.
I think that artists that don't make it. It's because of fear. You know, we get
That's a good
so
reason.
rejected in this business.
It's a good reason.
We get so rejected all the time in this business.
Yeah.
And I think that people might not exceed because of, they just get that rejection.
It's I mean for some it's a fear of failure, for others it's a fear of success.
just fear
for-
even getting up on stage.
Right. I mean for
There's some performers that can do really small venues and they do them really well.
Mhm.
But if they were in front of 1,500 people,
They would lose their shit.
shit.
Wow.
They will
Lose their
they
shit.
will lose their actual shit.
terrible.
We're on episode of
That's
Suits now.
terrible.
Episode of
Right?
Suits is just all going shit.
Right?
Right.
Right?
And we've had these conversations actually as
Right.
well because she had concerns about fitting into a certain thing that they're looking for,
Right.
that stereotypical
Which
thing.
you
And you shouldn't. Now,
you shouldn't
My
ever
skin
do that.
tone.
No, you shouldn't.
Everything.
No, you shouldn't
Every
at
type of
all.
Complexion is difficult.
No, you shouldn't. I have a friend now who lives here, has a job, performs, right? And he's already said, I am not going to adjust what I want my music to be.
Right.
And he goes out of town for shows.
Mhm.
He's not worried about that mess.
Right.
And he's like 60 something.
Mhm.
And he's an older man, sang most of his life, worked most of his life, kids, grandkids, the whole thing.
Mhm.
Once all that was done, the house was taken care of, retired, decided to make that a career, music. And now that's what he does. He goes out of town, he does his shows, he comes home, he has his little part-time job, and he saves his thing, and that's his life. And he's not worried about it. He's not, I'm not putting no girl
You have to be
in.
true to you, though.
Yeah,
You have to be true to you.
Exactly
Because
that.
anytime that you're not true to you, everybody's just going to see it, and that's the first thing if you're not true to you, that's the first thing that people are not going to like. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, look, if they don't
No.
like...
I mean, think about it.
No, you're right. It's just, in our business, they can like the things that are true to you, but you just have to be able to stand on it and say, this is who I am. So if you don't like it, that's your prerogative, but this is me. And there's places that will fit what I bring to the table.
And you just got to make it yours. That's what I do.
You gotta make it your own.
You gotta
Yeah.
make it yours.
Yeah.
Because, like, I had a person who was like, you're too energetic. You have too much energy.
Oh no.
I've actually, someone told me
Oh,
that.
no.
I promise you, this is facts. Hashtag
Ridiculous. You're
facts.
such
I-
a class.
Hashtag facts.
I can't stand. I can't.
I'm
stand.
telling you, I had someone tell me, and he was the leader
Did
of
you
a
give him
band.
the middle
I
finger?
wish I could have, but we were already playing in the band together. So he said that, and it was not him saying it. He was parroting it from the agent who got us the gig. Now, obviously, a few years later, I never changed. You know what I mean? I may have fine-tuned what I do, but I've always been the same performer. So eventually, as they saw me go through these different shows that they set us up, they got to see the value of what I brought. And I never said a word. I just did the job. Just me as a performer. You know? And so you have to just be...
You.
Yeah, you got to stand on who you are.
That you bring the energy that the customers need to party. You know what I'm saying? They want to get up out their seat. They want to root you on and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not.
About their seat.
I'm not saying it to. I'm not saying it to put more sauce on myself, but just you just have to be genuine.
Yeah, not necessarily though, because you know when I'm doing my opera stuff, it's very quiet and subdued, and people are sobbing by the end.
You know,
but it's still
so
it's just a different form of energy.
Yes, it's you know, but it's still energy.
Yeah,
it's that whole giving.
Right. People are waiting for
giving.
it to be consumed by the art of it. You know, and they just completely absorb it. And when they're there, that's why they're in tears afterwards, because they've absorbed everything that you put out there.
But it's the energy and how you're connecting with them, you know. And we've all had those small moments. Now, granted, everyone enjoys how we do what we do, but there's only certain small moments where we actually can see what we're bringing and actually can feel it ourselves. Or feel it when the band is locked in and you're locked in and the audience is locked in.
You got people waving at you,
and they're just losing it. And everyone's on one accord. But you can count those times like on your fingers when you actually feel like everything's locked in. But even without that, as long as you're just being genuinely who you are, you know, that's the best you can give. Right. Everything else is up to them.
And no fear.
Right.
No fear.
Some people are just meant to do it.
No fear.
It's just the way it is. Some people just are meant. We're made for it. You know.
All right.
Some people are made for it.
Now, you know what? Since she's been like saucing on me, I'm gonna sauce her a little bit.
Sauce on
I'm gonna sauce her.
Let me sit up straight.
Right, go ahead. Because you know what, girl? With all that big meat you got, girl, you need some of that gravy, baby.
I do. I need some.
You need some of that gravy. Go ahead, and some biscuits. So she went ahead and did her thing. Right, go ahead with your gravy, baby.
Okay.
So she went and did her thing over at the Mandalay Bay this past Sunday, and she was like, "Oh, I'm a little raspy. Right? You know, because of the allergies. You know.
Yes.
Allergies. Yes. And she did fine. She did just fine. And that was you're from Band the Limit, right?
A Vegas Limit.
The Vegas Limit. Thank you very much.
Got to do Mandalay Bay Sunday and Monday.
Great. Shout out to the Vegas Limit, by the way, since we're talking about them. They do rock stuff and all request band.
Okay.
All request. Very good band. Okay. And she hangs out there because she loves rock. So she's a rock chick, right? You know, so that's her thing. And she did, what was we talking about? Heartbreaker. She talked about doing that song forever, right? So I was very happy to kind of see her go. And she had no fear. She just went and did her thing, right? Which is a big thing for you.
I'm not scared.
Good.
I'm not scared.
Golf clap. Good for you. Sick of you being all that. Yeah. Why won't they do this, girl? Just do that shit. Quit BSing. Right. Just do it. Someone's going to pick it up, and if they don't, whatever. You're going to find somebody that will. That's what it is.
That's true.
All right? Now, since we're talking about energy and all that other stuff, we have this lovely ukulele right here.
Oh.
Right? So, yeah, you know, we got to use it because we know we asked you to come through here. You know, you got to come through and play. You got to give us a little love because you want to show these people the lovely talent that you have before we...
So my first love instrument, of course, is my voice. I have a piano I've been playing since I was a kid too, but that only weighs 800 pounds, so I don't really strap it on my back. Yeah, so I picked this up.
I'm sure you saved that for someone more masculine.
Yeah, I picked this up. This was actually my and she bought it in Hawaii when she was an airline stewardess, like in the 50s, right? And I picked it up about 20 years ago and just kind of screwed around on it, and so I usually use this for, I don't know, in Montana people really liked this because it was very folky, and I did a lot of weddings. So I usually get suckered in to do the wedding stuff, right?
Okay.
And the national anthem. I'm the national anthem girl, right?
Okay.
So the wedding stuff is, you know, usually what I do the ukulele for, and it's got a nice sweet tone. It's pure mahogany, 1950 harmony.
It's beautiful.
So what song are you thinking of playing for us?
So I just thought I'd do a little Dixie Chicks.
Okay.
Oh, haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, that's been
Some
a while.
lullaby lyrics, and of course I have to cheat because
It's all good.
I've only done this song like
Twice. Oh, what? That's not long.
Oh, she added a number, but you know what? It's
Yeah.
all right. So you know what? Just so the boss lady, how close are we from taking a break? All right, so go right ahead, my dear.
didn't have you where I come from. Never knew the best was yet to come. Life began when I saw your face and hear your laugh like a serenade. Sorry. How long do you wanna be loved? Is forever enough? Is forever enough? How long do you wanna be loved? Is forever enough? 'Cause I'm never, never giving you up.
All right.
Just a little ditty.
Just a little ditty. So before we go, please tell them where they can find you.
Well, actually, I work at Roost Chris Steakhouse on Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yum.
Yay!
Thank you. So, I don't sing there, though. Don't ever come in and ask me to sing.
Is she singing tonight? Oh,
Yeah. I get that a lot. I still get that a lot.
Pretty soon I'll catch on and actually do it.
Hey, girl, that sounds like job security either way to me.
No.
Yeah, I don't have any, like, gigs set up. I do give voice lessons still because I believe in giving back. One of my voice students, Mariah Baldwin, will be at Club 172 on May 24th with her new band and her brand new band. I'm so excited. And the only thing I have going is I'm doing a fundraiser in October.
Talk about it.
We're doing it for breast cancer. It's going to be a Jeep function. It's going to be a 2-day event. I'm in charge, so I'm going to be hiring bands. So everybody better keep their ears and eyes open because I want to have a huge variety. Because it's going to be Jeep people, so it's going to be all different kinds of people. There's not, so I want to have like R&B, rock, country. I want to do the whole thing, and I want to have a big party on Saturday night so that everybody can camp and sleep in on Sunday night out at Logandale. And hopefully I'm going to get the fairgrounds. We'll see about that. We're giving away a Corvette.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes. We're giving away a Corvette.
Stop it.
And it's black with a big hot pink skull and hot pink flames for breast cancer awareness.
Okay. Very nice.
And yeah, that's the only thing I really, really, really have going right now other than I'll probably be out the Pioneer next month on a Tuesday night just to showcase a couple of my voice students.
All right, well.
Yeah, but I'll let everybody know, you can follow me on Instagram, Dollianne, Dollianne. That's my real first name. And I'm on Facebook, Dolli with an I, right?
Dolli with
W-R-G-H.
a right. Yeah, Dolli with a. And you are tagged on this.
Yes, I am.
You are tagged. So for those who cannot figure out the tag, that means you really are old. Okay, so that's as simple as that.
And ask your grandkids.
Oh, see,
They know.
I'm hoping for the old folks to figure it out and actually learn.
Nope.
Get the curve.
Nope.
Don't be
Nope.
don't be ancient.
Don't ask them to do anything.
No, I asked them. Why? Because you cannot live with the abacus forever. Okay,
Abacus.
I'm not doing that. But anyway,
All right.
please give it up for this lovely lady, Miss Dolli Wright. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to have our next guest, of course, Mr. A.J. Johnson, also known as Mr. Anthony James. of singer, bassist, and of course founding member of the Funk Jam. Coming up very soon. This is Musician Loves Honey on social media shows. We will be right back. Thank you. Sound check 1 2.
Is that really water?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Musician Loves Honey. It's your boy Kevon Tyrre, of course, my lovely co-host, the lovely Miss Teresa. How are you, darling?
Thank you.
And of course, I have our next guest, which is one of the funkiest singers slash bass players I have ever met in my life.
That's right.
You ain't funky like that, or else I'll have to move a little bit. Have to move and be like, yeah, this next guest right here. No, we're not doing that. It's not like kind of funk. Right. This,
I got the jacket on the camera.
yeah, you know, camouflage a little bit. Right. He was cool enough when I first met him. He's always been very accommodating to me and very uplifting to me. And obviously, I've always appreciated that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only infamous Mr. Anthony James Johnson, also known as AJ Johnson. Welcome to the show, my friend.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, man. You know, she wants some of that sexy on her, man. She wants some of that gravy, baby. I need some of that gravy, baby.
Scratch you all up.
That's right. She
I just
just
really ran
That's
out.
sexy. That's sexy.
she was like, come on, say. She gonna come at me be like, I see you didn't forget the gravy this time. Hello. Got me all just full of it, baby.
Got me gravied up.
Oh, her got me gravied up, baby. Hey.
Ready for the drumstick.
Woo. Woo. You got a whole lot of that in thighs and some neck bones.
I
and
think I
some-
need to be in the middle.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let
I'm
it
good,
cream
I'm
all
good.
over you.
Yeah, just
Oh,
gravy
oh,
coming from
oh,
both sides all over my
This sounds like a Prince song. All over you. Dun, 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 dun. All over you.
He did have a song, Soaking
Yeah,
Wet.
they did. Yeah, see?
You guys.
Oh, sorry. So before we get all the way off the rails, which is easy to do, all right, so you've been doing the music thing for, well, I won't even go there. I'll just say, what first got you into the music business? Because you told me some of the stuff, but I won't.
What got me into the business side of it, or what got me into the playing side of it?
the playing side first?
My dad was a preacher and was a church musician.
Church musician.
Yeah.
How long did you do that?
until I moved out of my dad's house.
Okay. All right. So with that, I would say, are there any of the influences playing, obviously, the church and that have followed you to this day?
Oh yeah.
As far as your, how you play and style.
Everything.
Right.
Yeah, everything. I mean, I still follow a lot of gospel singers.
Mm.
Gospel's, man, that's, when you play gospel as a kid, those changes and stuff, that stuff's intricate. So when you get out and playing secular stuff, that's cake to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So as far as the business part of it, when did you first start getting into that?
Well, I could tell you when I wanted to.
Okay. When did you
never.
That was never.
I never wanted to.
Never wanted to do it.
No, I never wanted anything. When I started having to promote and book my own bands, I realized one of the hardest lessons you learn is you get all happy because you got a gig. You booked the gig, you got a gig.
Oh my God, I
and then
made
you
it.
Right.
Yeah, and then you play your gig and ain't nobody there.
Yes, yes, that happened.
Then
That happened.
Then you realize, doggone it. I gotta learn how to promote too.
Yes.
Oops.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah. So then I started doing that, and then next thing you know, I'm off in the business, paddling the boat.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting to me is because as you've made the Funk Jam, and you've been doing that for years now, whenever I've seen you, now granted, as we've all know, it's a grassroots situation, even with promotion, because they have to spread the word and do that stuff and that kind of situation. You've built a good team around you to help put the word out, on top, of course, as being just a kick-ass musician.
That's one of the first things you learn in the business. Your team off stage have to be just as strong, if not stronger, than your team on the stage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I know you have Kathy, who...
Kathy Stone.
Yep. Who, if I didn't tag, we will be tagging.
Yep.
Because she's always at all of the Funk Jam shows.
Kathy is a big help. Her, Lene, they help me. Mimi Life Entertainment.
Right.
I mean, I got a lot of help. Kathy's more my hands-on site help. She helped me getting the content. 'Cause
Right.
content is king.
Yes. Yes,
so
it is.
she's a great content gatherer. She's been with me since day one. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've obviously we understand that because of course I share your stuff on my Instagram.
Thank you.
Of course,
Thank you.
I did it last week when I went to the show.
I appreciate that too.
You ain't got tagged you the whole situation, right? Because I was sharing about my, because content, they have to see what you do out there for people, not just obviously just the audience, but other agencies and things like that, other potential clients that could be like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe I want them for what I do.
Well, people don't want to go anywhere where there's nobody at.
Yeah.
People don't want to be a part of something that nobody else is a part of.
Right.
So when people see that, hey, everybody's going to eat over there, let's go eat over there. Everybody's going to listen to that band, let's go listen to that band. Everybody's talking about that thing, let's go do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have that, then you got to make it look like you do.
Yeah.
Right.
Back to Music Business 102, because we already talked about 101. I heard that right there, boy. So the lovely thing, I met this gentleman through another guy that I still talk to, by the way. He's in Chicago right now. You know what I mean? Maserati.
Oh.
Yeah. Because that's how we met.
Yeah.
Right? So we were talking through him because he was doing some stuff with us. He was doing some social media stuff for me.
Yeah.
And he was doing some stuff for you.
Yeah.
And things
I
kind
learned
of...
a lot from that guy.
I did as well.
Yeah.
I did as well.
I don't know if he learned anything, but we learned a lot of him.
Well, I mean, look, I still talk to him to this day. we're following
I would love
Instagram.
to. Yeah, I think I saw. I think he sent me a friend request, and by the time I got a chance to, because when you look at stuff and you got to go,
right,
you don't have time to indulge. So
yeah.
I saw it, and when I got back on social media, I couldn't find where it was anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when he's in Chicago and he's doing his thing.
Oh, he's back in Chicago?
He's in Chicago, right.
Okay.
He was kind of falling off, but he's structured. He seems to be doing well there,
Right.
So I'm happy for him.
I'm glad.
Yeah, so
He's a smart guy.
Very smart.
Yeah.
A lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
But we had to gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? So
we gotta do what we gotta do, and a lot of us do stuff we ain't gotta do.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of folks do stuff they ain't gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Yeah,
Right.
want to be doing.
You know what? Message. I already on that one, baby. Message. There you go. Right. So, when you first got in, right, and you started the Funk Jam, what made you decide to build that band?
The bartenders.
Really?
Yeah. When I first started the Funk Jam, we were doing it in a small bar, and we were taking minimal payment because we all working shows, so we don't really need the money.
Right.
We wanted to do it for fun, and we didn't want to get into the business aspect of it. So the best way not to get into the business aspect is to take a small fee. That way, they're going to make that money at the bar no matter what.
Right.
So we were like, you don't pay us a lot, you don't ask us for a lot. And we play, you shut up, and we shut up. The bartender was like, that's cool. And they went with that for a couple weeks, and they were like, well, why don't you at least just text your friends and let your friends know?
Okay.
And we're like, wait, does that mean we got to work? Because we don't want to do no work.
If you let your friends know, doesn't that turn into a whole nother jam session?
That's where we're at.
You know,
yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, that's where we're at.
But they're not paying the money for the jam session. You know what I'm saying?
So what happened was so we decided you're right.
Okay.
You're dead right. That's exactly what it is.
No, you didn't say nothing wrong, bro.
No, you're right.
You can ask questions.
Okay,
Last check.
I'm basically putting a little seasoning on what you're saying. Yeah. So what happens when we because we're all musicians and entertainers, when we let our friends know, our friends are other musicians and entertainers.
Right.
So let's say you post on social media that you're going somewhere. Well, there'll be 3 or 4 people that'll just show up because you're there, because you're coming. You said you're going. So we did that. The next week, place was about half packed. Next week, it was packed. So the place was very small to begin with, and then it got to the point where it was packed out the hilt for a year every time we did it every week. So we couldn't, and then it started to produce other things. So we realized we couldn't do it there anymore because the place was just too small.
Yeah.
We moved to a bigger venue. It got bigger, and then that's when I realized I had to get into promoting and let people know and that type of thing. Yeah, that's when I got a Facebook page, got a MySpace page.
Right. Oh, MySpace, man. You aging yourself with that one, homie.
You know,
what the hell?
They just recently shut down MySpace. Like
They sure did.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
You know what though? I'm gonna tell you, I actually like MySpace.
Why?
Do you?
Because I can hit one button and send it to all my friends. You can't do that. They charge you to do that on Facebook.
Wow.
They sure do. You was not
If
wrong.
you want to let all, and you got a limit. There was no limit on MySpace.
Right. Now-
I can have 105.
Now, just to add, now, please continue the thought, but just 1 second. Facebook, we're not hating. We're just saying facts, just so we're clear.
Yes.
Please go right ahead.
But we love you.
Yes, we love you.
We love you, but we love them too.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I got you there.
Yeah.
Man, so what made you, because I knew you went to various spots, and I've been to some of those other spots you was at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I will say this before we move on. I liked that you guys were at the Dive because, one, it's close to me.
Yeah.
But two, that spot, that stage, and the speakers they have
I love
are
that place.
lovely, beautiful, best stuff. However, that venue is a metal rock kind of joint. You know what I mean? And it's just
Honestly, that really wasn't it.
Okay.
When we went there, to be honest with you,
I mean,
Angie and the people who run the dive bar, Angie and Nate,
yes.
I'm still friends with them today. To this day, I go in there just to say hello to them. I mean, we formed a great bond. I love them.
Right.
Our band, the Funk Jam, loved playing there.
I saw you play there one
We
time.
love that room. But what happened is when you get an event that gets to the magnitude of that, as far as the crowd,
Yeah.
you have to listen to the crowd. And if they didn't want to go there, then it's really out of our hands.
Right.
You know.
Because they're used to certain places that they go to.
Yep.
Which is why you ended up, because you've always had a relationship with the Sand Dollar.
Yeah.
In some form or fashion, but then you started kind of recertifying that relationship.
Well, since the Funk Jam came to the Sand Dollar, 5 years ago, 5, 6, 7, one of those.
Right.
It's either 5 or 6, 7, just pick one. So anyway, they've gone through a few owners.
Right.
So in that process, we were able to work with some of the owners. Some we're not so successful in working with.
Right.
And this last batch of owners, they're good guys. They know a little bit more about business. They know how to run a bar. So but that kind of came with its own externalities too.
Okay.
Because Nate and Anthony are doing so well with the bar, they're booking bands 3 and 4 months out.
Right.
I only get my schedule for my show a week before the upcoming month. So I can only guarantee that I can take off one day, because my show let me take off one day a month. They don't care.
Right.
But I couldn't commit to every Wednesday. So what happens is, let's say I get my schedule and I find out that I'm off 3 Wednesdays in a month.
Right.
Well, it's too far down the line for Sandow, so I try to some other venues, so that, because I can book certain venues a week out, or 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get all that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got all that.
That makes sense.
Now,
Yes.
Now, what I loved and what I've gotten into, even though I'm a singer more than, because I don't play. Tambourine doesn't count last check, so it'd be great if you did.
Wait a minute, do you have to pay for the tambourine?
I paid for my tambourine.
But then it counts.
Have you seen
Oh, wait.
him play his tambourine?
Whoa, wait, no. I should say this. There was you remember this, right? There was a First Friday. It was a few years ago.
Yeah.
It was a friend of his,
yeah.
the Indian cat. He had his band, he had his jam
Trail
band.
Hub, yeah.
Yes. So I wasn't doing anything because I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, but I'm on the come up, right? Of course, he's still him. He was still the same him because he's amazing. So we're up there hanging out, and he's like, okay, and they know some songs, and of course they sing better than I do because they're amazing. And,
Says the guy who's working a lot.
He doesn't want to.
You work a lot.
Says the guy who's working.
I'm finally getting to where you're at. Get you, buddy. And we ended up, and the look on it, because I'm just, you know how I am. I'm just like a high energy, just bounce around guy. And he got to see that, and we had a ball. It was so much fun.
I think that's the first time I'd ever actually. I met you a couple times, and I always said, I like that guy. I don't mind that well. You know how you meet people. I like that guy. And then after that, I was like, see why I like him. I like that guy.
Because we were just having a ball.
Yeah.
But I left with like the biggest welt on my hand.
Why?
Because I was, see, she's a hater anyway. I left with the biggest welt on my hand because I was beating that tambourine up so much.
Oh, we had a ball.
Oh man, it was so much fun.
I think that video surfaced on was it MySpace?
No.
I'm joking.
No, it was on SoundCloud actually.
Yeah, and I mean, I would see that. I would see people responding to that like a year later.
Yeah.
Really?
It's probably still going around.
I'm
somewhere.
sure it's there somewhere.
It's probably still.
Yeah. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, we were
thing.
jumping around. We had a good old time.
Oh man, we had so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it
wish
was
I
great.
knew you then. I didn't know you then.
Well, you know me
I know
now.
you now.
But it was fun. It was a great time. But the one thing I will say is, because I've come into this, as someone who loves music, obviously admires the artist. Obviously, you're a part of that because you sing beautifully, you play beautifully. You've been playing for a long time. He was talking about Menudo.
Yeah.
Talking about Menudo. I won't say the year, but he said Menudo. So I was like,
actually
okay.
played keys on that gig, but yeah.
Yeah, really? You play keys too?
Yeah.
Damn, I hate you more now. Sick of
So
you.
you remember
Sick of you.
A group named Gia? He used to play at the Treasure Island. Gia.
How long ago?
Oh my God, 1990.
19 anything.
It's got to be 2000. It's got to be 2000 and up.
19 anything.
Okay.
I didn't move to Vegas till 2007.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I was born way before that, but
I'm sure. Even though you may not look like it, I'm sure you were born way before.
Oh well, he's just all he likes to do is just hang out with the dreads out, have the vest, but he's got like way more pecs than I do, way more muscle mass. So he just be like playing the bass and doing the thing like this, and the girls just be like, oh, baby. right.
Okay.
And I be seeing the boy, I be like, what's up with you and this runway model? But like, me, baby, shake the dreads, hit the flex, and he's out the door. I'm like, damn. That's how you feel about me. That's how you feel about your boy. And he don't even say none of that. He just smiling with the bass in his head, and the girl on the other talking about, yeah, man.
Dude, I don't care who you are. That's just funny.
He said, I'm going to feed her.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Right.
I don't care who you are, what you're going through. That's funny. That's just funny.
I'm just saying, baby, it's all good. But what surprised me was we was hanging out one time, and he was just like, you know what? I mean, and it's always a pleasure when you respect musicians, and those musicians respect you. And it blew me away because he's been the kind of person when I met him, he was very gave me a lot of good advice and gave me good stuff, pointers to help me go. And he was like, I would love the opportunity if it came to play for you. And I was just like, You know, because I was at my dive bar with my end of town, which obviously you cool with, because, you know, I'm just like, what? Oh my God. You know what I mean? I was... Right. If I was like one of those girls, I was like, oh my, I would have fainted. Right. I'd have been like, oh, I would have fainted.
You know, it's a good thing I don't turn red.
That's stuff, right? So anyway, all right, right. So yeah, I'm gonna segue. So now that we have the Funk Jam, we have Unique Massive, a place that I go to, you know, at least every week. I will be there, right? And you make a point to go to these jam places where they have jam bands. And
yes. I mean, the primary reason is a real professional reason, and that's because they're my buddies and we get drunk.
Yeah.
That's part of that's professionalism.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
They see this real side. Okay.
Like all the guys that play have gigs or have had gigs of major situations. Right? You've never told me the show that you're in, by the way.
Oh.
You know, not your band that I've seen you with, not Pop Rels or anything like that, but the show that you're in. Right.
Oh, I can't tell you about that.
Oh, see, that's how you feel.
Yeah, I can't. No, it's
all
not.
Right, that's fair.
It's a secret.
It's a secret, yeah.
That's fair enough. I'll tell you.
Only me and Victoria know.
Who the hell is Victoria?
She got a bunch of secrets.
Oh, okay.
She ain't got my side secrets, so I gotta go to French's in Hollywood to get my side secrets.
Hold up. Whoa. Hold up. Frederique's a little more kinky anyway, so I don't mind Frederique's.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little raunch, Kevon.
All right, look, Victoria, I don't mind her secret, but Frederique's, she'll do some stuff to go ahead and back it up.
You know what I'm saying?
She'll back up the reason why that secret.
Right.
Frederique's will give you the reason to keep it a secret in the first place because she did some kinky stuff.
Right.
I like that. That ain't a bad thing. High five for that. I like that right there.
Thank you.
Right,
but Victoria's secrets, Victoria's secretions. You know?
Ooh, hello. You know what? I'm tossing that type of stuff right there. Right. So
at the right time.
I've always
gravy can
right. I've always felt that you see, this is what happens when we get crazy, because then it just gets crazy. Right. Stop it. I already had two already. Right. So I've always felt that you did the jam thing because obviously you're a proponent of that, of jam bands and stuff like that, and you wanted to, you know, keep that going. So whenever you're able to go. Granted, we all know the same people. We like to support that. You wanted to go there to help perpetuate that and give that love, because obviously you want that love in return, and you want more jam bands out there because it really shows the pedigree of musicians to be able to do that. You know, because we've had this I think someone had a conversation before. Some people can jam, some people can do structured stuff, and some people can like kind of do a little bit of their own stuff. Right. Not many people can do all three. But the people that jam is more likely that they can do all three.
Right.
Because
it's harder to improv.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very hard. It is very hard.
Yeah.
I mean, because I can do it as a singer to a degree, but I could imagine how hard it would be as a musician just to kind of hear the feel of it. And I was telling that to our lovely director here, to have a feel for where the song is going once you're kind of listening and link in. And then say, okay, now we're going to go in this direction and feel that out. Even if you don't get it at the first turn, you get it at the next one.
Yeah, that's another thing about the whole jam thing. It's ears. You know, if your ears aren't I swear I speak English.
Gotta pop them before you start. You know,
yeah.
Pop them ears.
If your ears aren't on point, you're not going to be able to jam properly. Right. Because you got to hear what key, what chords they're playing first before you can figure out anything to play with.
Yeah, because you have to figure out the structure that they're playing with.
Yeah.
And then from there, learn how to bounce off that and still be able to interact. So once you get that structure that's set up, it's not etched in stone. It's very flexible. It's very, melodible. I'm fucking up words now too.
Melodible.
Thank you. Yeah. Whatever you said, I agree. Right.
I just made that word.
Well, there you go. We'll figure it out in the dictionary later. Right. So
there's a different
there you go.
Different dictionary.
Right.
Webster ain't got the real dictionary.
Plain English one.
Plain English one.
The plain English.
Oh well, this English ain't plain, but we're going with it, right? So
no, like plain, like airplane.
Okay, not. That sound like them other herbs you like right there, baby.
Where they at?
Oh, see, there he goes. There he goes. There he goes. See, she was all the way down. See, we were talking about it earlier. She was just like, huh? What? I was just like, yeah. He was just like, oh.
Yeah, because I have real bad hearing, but when you talk about herbs, it just kicks in.
Right there.
You know what?
Now I hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
see.
All you have to tap the hearing aid. The herbs is
See, that's crazy stuff right there. That crazy stuff. You know what? I've always been a fan of you, bro. I've always been respectful of you. I hate you just a little more now that I know you play keys, because I know in Pop Bus you got your other dude who sings, plays keys, and
dude,
does
he's
bass.
a monster.
That
AC
dude
is
is
a monster.
beastly.
Yeah, AC's a monster.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
You got to check out Pop Rebel one of these times. That the keyboard player. Now they're all great because the
our drummer's great.
The drummer's great.
Yeah.
Obviously he's great. Guitar player, he's been doing it for forever. He's good.
Steady B is
he's
a beast too, man. The talk box,
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's a master on that talk box.
What? And
Yeah.
he been holding out.
We do a whole Roger segment medley.
What?
Roger Trotman medley.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Every time I find a reason to love you, give me a reason to hate your ass. Sick of you. Sick of you.
Okay, I fucked my couch.
This guy was
Yeah, kick my couch.
man, this boy. Okay. So anyway, before we get going, because we got to wrap it up, but please tell them where you're going to be at next.
We're going to be at the Sand Dollar Lounge on Spring Mountain and Polaris, June 19th at 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
Now, that is a free show.
That's right.
So all you got to do is come on in, buy yourself some drinks, and if you are one of those key, top-notch musicians that like to get it in, of course, you talk to this man right here,
Right.
and he will put you on, because most likely, if you're a key, top-notch musician, he knows you, or he knows
somebody
someone who
to be-
knows you.
yeah.
He knows someone that knows him, and he's going to say, yeah, he's cool, and he'll put you on.
Yeah, it's free, but we do take donations.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yes, they do.
Always
Right.
taking
Now,
donations.
I will say this, because, all singers like to sing. He's one of the few places where I don't mind singing. I don't mind not singing, excuse me, because, I just love your vibe.
You know, speaking of that, that's a weird thing. A lot of times, other entertainers don't understand about me. When I go to see somebody play, I'm there socially. I am not there to play. You know, people come to your gig and they're waiting for you to get them up. It's like, no, I ain't waiting. If I come to your gig, I ain't waiting to get up. I'm be
Right.
I can't watch you.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but so how does that work from a jam session to a jam band from like a regular show? From a regular show, obviously you get that. You know what I mean? Because right, you're not going to do that unless they invite you because it's their show. You're doing their thing. You get that. From a jam thing, the dynamic has to be slightly different.
It is. Particularly with the funk jam, it's not really open. It's not an open jam. Mm-hmm. And we don't have a sign-up sheet. You can't be the first guy to get up there and play now. It's
Right.
if we know you or if somebody we know you that vouch for you that you're a professional musician, then you come up and play.
Right.
But if you're a guy who goes to work 9 to 5 at your John Deere place and you play guitar on the evenings when you get and it's a hobby, it's not what
You're not working for the
Right.
dream.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because
It's
there's
just how many hours you put into it determines how good you're going to be at it.
Right.
Yeah.
but there's a certain level of professionalism that goes to doing what we do as a full-time musician.
Right.
So someone who does it on the weekends may not hear the nuances that someone else will.
Yeah.
Example, when I did Unique Massive Let Me Sing sometimes, which is fine. I don't care either way.
Yeah.
'Cause I enjoy them. But you were there. You were there that night.
Yeah.
And I keyed on to what you were doing. Because you can key on to certain musicians, and you can come up with how you want to go. So I keyed on to what you were doing, and you heard me. You were just like, "Oh, okay, all right," and you just kept doing what you were doing. And I went there, and then we kind of just built it up. And shout out to Elvis.
Yes.
All right, Elvis, leader of the Unique Massive. I will be seeing you tonight, my friend. And we kind of just jammed it out. And the drummer, who's amazing, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
And
Chris
oh
Foster.
my God,
Yeah.
Chris Foster is G. And
Yeah,
we
yeah.
kind of just
Bad.
figured out how he went. He went with it another way, and I just kind of played it off.
When I lock with you or when I lock with another musician,
Right.
particularly in a jam,
Right.
I don't deviate until I notice that the rest of the guys got what we're doing. And a lot of times, another player might realize what we're doing and not do it right away, but you can see he's got it.
Catch up.
Right.
He got so then then we can move. But I try to stay there until everybody's got it.
Right.
So then when we move, we got somewhere to come back to.
Right.
Right. Okay. So, and it's those kind of situations, a weekend warrior is not going to get.
No.
Only someone who lives and breathes and does this for a living and dealt with various types of musicians and various things will actually have the ear to hear, feel.
You know what? That was a way better explanation than what I gave. That was what I meant.
I meant to say
Yeah,
Right.
what he said.
Yeah.
It's
It's
nice.
like when you in school, that dude looking over your paper. Over your shoulder,
You know what? You getting away with it with them shades, baby. Stupid is like, hold up, what you doing? I ain't even thinking about him. I ain't thinking about him. And plus, he tall, so he can get away with that shit. He be like, I ain't even thinking about you. And all the time, he thinking about you, writing down your shit.
Yes.
Right? All the time, he like,
You wonder how we got the same grade in that class, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, I got a B. How'd you get a B? Oh, I don't know. I don't
Behind
know.
you.
I passed though.
Okay.
I know that.
It's
All
my
right.
ability to see over your shoulder.
All right, well, that's easy for
My
me because
neck
I'm sure
long.
for
Get
myself.
your B.
All right.
Long
So, all right. So we have, of course, the Funk Jam, which will be June what?
19th.
June 19th, and that will be at the Sand Dollar.
Yep. It's Wednesday.
All right. That is a Wednesday, and you usually use it on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right. So every once a month, usually on a Wednesday at the Sand Dollar. Obviously, you have various locations as well. Because I know you did it at the Rio one time.
And we also do Container Park.
Yes, yes, you do.
How it pretty much works is the Funk Jam is guaranteed once a month. Now, if we take another booking, it's because we could get shorter notice, you
Right.
know. So a lot of times we'll do a Container Park, or we'll do 172, or we'll do that other place that I can't think of right now.
Fair.
And we'll do that for there too.
Right, got you. So, all right. So, anyone who wants to be down with you, obviously, they go to the Funk Jam on Facebook, and of course, they can do that on Instagram.
That's correct.
All right.
They
so
can
I
do
got
it on Twitter.
They do it on Twitter. I forgot. I don't do the tweets, but
I don't either.
I got Twitter.
Yeah.
I just don't use it.
Yeah.
but you can do it on Twitter.
Yes.
You
can do it.
You can do it. You can do it on Twitter. Right. So go ahead with that right there, man.
Sorry, excuse me.
It's always a pleasure, brother. And if there's anything else, where else can they find you at?
They can find me at home, but they can't come there.
Oh damn! I mean, if they pretty, if they female and pretty, they can.
If your stuff is in line.
Right. If the stuff is your line, you know what? I got a line right here, baby. Go ahead, follow through, girl. I'll tell you where the arrow's going. You feel real cozy, believe it. I got this.
Oh man.
All right. I'm just saying, man. I see you be kicking it with. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad until she got a cute friend that ain't down. Then I'm mad. Then I'm mad. Then
There's
I'm
been
upset.
a lot of teeth in this interview.
Oh man! All right, shout out to my friend AJ Johnson, Anthony James. Thank you, man. for
Shout
being
out
part
to
of
you,
this.
Kevon Tyrre, man.
All right.
Much love, brother. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. How much
All
love?
right.
Yes.
All right, all right.
I might
So,
talk to you about them herbals and stuff.
oh yeah, well, they gonna herb up. All right, so
That's what I do.
with that said, we're gonna go through. We're gonna close out this show. But before that, I gotta go and do the one thing that we always gotta do. For anyone out here in the world that wants to check us out live, all you gotta do is go ahead and make sure you get your time set up. Meaning, we usually start at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to catch us on the East Coast, that means you got to catch us at 6. If you want to catch us in Hawaii, that means you got to catch us at noon. So anywhere around the world, make sure your timeline is adjusted to our Pacific Standard Time at 3 p.m. But if you don't do that for whatever reason, because you got things to do, you got a life, whatever, it's all good. All you got to do is go right here and subscribe and like right here to social media shows or our Facebook page right here on Musician Loves Honey. We will set you up right there. And of course, I'm going to need assistance from the boss lady for this. Will you please get us on Twitter at
Shows online,
or at Instagram at
social media live shows,
or on LinkedIn at
social media live shows,
or on YouTube at.
social media shows.
Of course, you can catch us at our website, socialmediashows.com. Thank you very much. Right. She's having a great time there looking like Asian Pocahontas. She's having a great time, y'all. All
I
right.
like your outfit.
See, look at you. Ooh, go ahead.
I mean, I wouldn't wear that, but I like it.
No, I already know. See, she's trying to take over your TP, girl. Watch yourself. All right.
Shake your ass.
Watch yourself. All right, y'all. So that is the end of the show, y'all. Thank you very much for hanging out, for being a part of us right here. We've had a great time. Thank
Hold
you.
on, I have a shout out.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
All right, please stand by for daily shout out with our previous guest here, Mr. AJ and Dolly.
Oh, there you go. Oh, see, she's always trying to network, y'all. Don't mind her. She's business minded. That's how she is. But once again, y'all, thank you for your time. We look forward to doing this. We'll be doing this again next week, right here at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Facebook, social media shows. Of course, this lovely Miss Teresa. My name's Kevon, Tyrre, it's your boy. And come on over here, girl, since you up here hanging out. Of course, for this lovely lady Dolly right here, thank you. We appreciate your love. God bless. We'll see you again next week.
Okay, I have a problem. I keep laughing because I see myself on the thing, and I keep.
Look at you, and it's like behind.
It's behind.
You're like, I'm not doing that right now.
I'm laughing off you while you guys are talking. Kevin, what the fuck are you laughing about? I'm looking at myself on the thing, and oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you guys move.
Okay.
Whoa. Out of here. There you go.
You need the stool.
Yes, yeah, move it up.
Yeah, we're going to move it.
Can you do it, please?
No, of course, I got you. I got your back.